Welcome, everyone, to WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the ChampCar Endurance Series Double 7 this weekend, a Monterey Christmas on ChampCar Live. It's the ChampCar Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps on the beautiful Monterey Peninsula with 7 hours of endurance road racing today at one of the world's most iconic road courses, the newly renamed WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and myself calling the race for you this weekend from this 11-turn, 2.238-mile road course with its world-famous corkscrew that drops 5.5 stories and 450 feet from the top of Turn 8 to the exit of 8A and 109 feet from 8 to Turn 9. Welcome, everyone, to today's race. 7 hours of racing today, with a quiet hour for lunch coming in at noon. Today's weather expected to be a little bit different from yesterday, Doc. We might get some of the wet stuff around noon, but let's talk about what happened yesterday.
What happened yesterday? That was pretty dang exciting there. I mean, Van Winden came away with the win, but they squeaked by in the last half hour to take the lead from Flying Hawaiians and the two white guys. So of course they're going to have a margin of victory penalty today, but we'll see how they do. Arsenic came in a fine third. Had some problems with some of our regulars. The Uncommon Friends, they had to go home early. There was one of the 3 strikes and out on the sound violation, so that's a shame for them. Alchemy had some troubles yesterday. OB Prestige did pretty good. Both of their Honda Civics came in the top 10, one 4th and one in 8th place. So Mr. Angry did good, and their Miata, they came home in 5th. Team Octane in that Mini Cooper, that's an EC car, they came in 6th. Tooth had a pretty strong run, came in 7th. Pumpkin, that BMW 325IS, they had some problems early, but they came back to finish a fine 9th place. And Gunslinger's Miata is in 10th. So it's a pretty good race yesterday. Rusty Rotors, there's another team. Both their cars finished, one in 12th, one's in 14th. And Willwood, they came in 13th. Gunslingers, we mentioned. Apt Racing in that 535, that's a D-class car, came in 11th. And Blown My Wad came in 15th. So in their C-class, that's another BMW 325IS. So looking for another good race today. We'll see how the weather affects everything. So it's about time to go racing.
Yeah, it is about time to go racing. Here's the pass at the end of yesterday's race as Van Winden Racing got by the Flying Hawaiians in the closing laps of the race to take the win yesterday. And there just wasn't anything that the Datsun could do about it. They just didn't have the legs to keep up with the more powerful BMW.
Yeah, they saw him coming but couldn't do anything about it.
One of the interesting stories that developed during the day, though, that we didn't know a lot about at the time was between Arsenic Racing and Rusty Rotors in their Volkswagen Rabbit. Now, Arsenic Racing had caught the Rabbit and realized they had a little bit of a problem on their hands as they were not able to put a pass on the car. You can see he made some ground here and realizing now, well, maybe I can get him at the top of the hill here going into 7. As he starts to take a look, the Rabbit's just a little bit too quick through that part of the track. Now, several laps go by, and wouldn't you know it, a faster car gets between the two of them, and the Rabbit starts to get away.
Now, as the catchy little ditty there, Paulie.
Well, as the stint continues to roll on, he catches up with the Rabbit again. Now going into the corkscrew, coming down in towards 9, he realizes, wait a minute, the Rabbit is a little bit weak going into 9. Maybe the next time I come through here, if I can get close enough, I might be able to put a move on him. Well, several laps later, he's just looks like he might be close enough to put a move on that Rabbit. Going into 9, there's his window of opportunity, and wouldn't you know it, he pinches it a little too tight, round it goes, a big NASCAR-style slide. Tires are probably flat-spotted, and off goes the rabbit into the distance. But wouldn't you know, towards the end of his stint, who does he catch? That friggin' rabbit again. Onto the front straightaway. Thinks maybe I can make the pass on him here. What happens? No third gear. Can you believe it? I mean, he's got to be thinking, what do I have to do to get by this friggin' rabbit? But unfortunately, he's reached the end of his stint. He has to bring the car in and hand it off to another driver. And that is, as they say, another rabbit that got away.
That was awesome.
I love that story, man. It was a lot of fun putting that together this morning. But, yeah, just a crazy story. And we've all been in that situation where you've been frustrated. And I don't even think they were racing for position. Rusty Rotors was down the running order, but that's just one of those cars you just could not seem to get by. But, yeah, we've all been there.
And we'll most likely be there again.
Yes, indeed. On board with Willwood Racing out here this weekend. They actually had a really good run yesterday, and could expect more of the same from them today, but they don't have a roof on the car. Now, I've driven a Miata in the rain without a roof. It's really not so bad. So I don't think the rain's going to play as big a factor into how comfortable their driver is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Some of the other teams we got out here on camera, we got Arsenic Racing again. We'll see if they if they meet up with that friggin' rabbit again and see if we can get by.
It's the same guy.
Who knows? It could happen again. But, yeah, Arsenic Racing out here, they finished third yesterday. They had a strong finish. They didn't really have enough to deal with the Flying Hawaiians or Van Winden Racing. They were down, I think, a couple of laps by the end of the race. But definitely a huge threat for today in their Miata. And then we've got Alchemy again, who really had a terrible day yesterday. They were okay until they had contact with another car heading into 7. And that did some damage to the car. And they kept bringing the car back into the paddock to add oil and do some other checks. But they're back, ready to go racing again today.
Yeah, another car that had some problems reoccurring through the day was one of the Tuttle 108s. So he had a problem with the lower control arm, and they had to stop often to tighten that up.
Right. We've got a camera working in the Flying Hawaiians machine today, so we'll be watching them. And we've also got
Tuttle
the camera. What's that, Doc or Bill?
The Tuttle machine. I talked to Brian this morning. He said
really
they work late. Oh yeah. He talked to me. Yeah. So he said he's ready, and he wanted to know why I wasn't fired yet.
That's a good question, Bill. I believe the Tuttle machines. I got a notification. I think their cameras are up today.
Yeah, they're we'll be following along with them. We should be able to bring them in.
Maybe
this is
going to be nice to me or not.
Auto Spec Racing. We're on board with them. They've got I like the signage they got on the dash. That's nice. You got to start somewhere.
What does it say?
Auto Spec Racing. It's got the name of the driver there. It's like Ethan Anderson.
Gotcha.
And it's just a piece of paper duct taped to the dash.
Yep, got to start somewhere.
That's right. So.
Hey, we appreciate them putting a sign up there. At least we know who we're in.
That's right. That's right. There's the cars lined up. Yesterday, we started a little bit late. I got a feeling we're probably going to start closer on time, but it's 5 minutes till. The cars haven't left the grid yet, so I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah. It's that California laid-back lifestyle.
Right.
Oh, we're not allowed to actually start the engines until 9.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're so hypersensitive to their sound issues here.
Of course, if you want to follow along with your teams, the timing and scoring, you can do so from racehero.io. And check out timing and scoring there. You can pick up, they have a free app in the App Store, the Google Play Store. So either one of those will work for you too.
Yeah, it's a pretty handy little application there. You're able to expand it, see when their last pit stops were. You see a bar graph of where their lap times are.
Yep, and of course, if you'd like to find out more about the ChampCar Endurance Series, just head over to champcar.org and check us out over there. Of course, after today, it's our next race. We take a weekend off, and then we're at Sebring International for a double 7. Doc will be there.
Yep, I will indeed.
What did you say, 3 minutes? Yep. You got 3 minutes till engine start. Every clock I have says a different time, so I don't know.
Look at the racetrack today. Weather expected to move in around 12 o'clock, last I heard. Bill, have you heard anything different?
No, but I see clouds in the sky with a little blue intermixed. It's a little overcast, not bad. To the north, let me think how we. Yeah, to the north it's blue. To the south, high clouds, a little thicker clouds, more like fog, because that's kind of, or to the south that's kind of where the beach is. But it's nice. It's cool outside. I'm in short sleeves. Some guys, normally the Californians are all bundled up.
Yeah, kind of like Floridians.
Yeah, they've got, seriously, and I'm serious about this. There's guys out there with winter caps on. Snow cap, the ski cap.
Right.
Which is absolutely hilarious.
Hey, Paulie, you had the map of the course up there. Did you like that kitchen fridge magnet picture I sent you from 10 years ago?
That was sweet, man. Showed the
so you think it used to be fast, or it's fast now? It used to be really fast.
Right. Let's talk about that a little bit. So the track has changed over the years. And I can get my whiteboard spun up here. Yeah, so the teams, what they used to do is they came down turn 1, and Doc, feel free to jump in here. They used to just come right through here, right?
That used to be it, yep.
All of this was added, which gave them, more distance.
It was added primarily to add distance to host, I think it was to host MotoGP.
I don't think that would have been fun. I think that would have been.
It was fast, Bill.
Basically, go fast, turn left, turn left, turn left, and it's all lefts except for that one right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a lot more character now, and it's really fun. This whole complex down here is nice and technical. It's fun.
My favorite part of the track is the part after the corkscrew.
That's Rainey Curve.
Right, back in
named for Wayne Rainey.
It's all banked, and I won't say what I was doing this morning, but and we're rolling off pit lane. But it was fun.
Looks like Tuttle's got both his cars back up.
Yep. They said they're both. He actually said, I'm planning on a 1-2.
All right. We'll see how he does. He said fastest lap of the day yesterday, right?
Yep. Oh, his son. So he had an issue yesterday. His son was sick.
Michael?
Yeah, and he thought he was a little like he might have had flu or something. But this morning, he's all better. We were looking for another driver for him. I had actually thought of maybe jumping in a backup suit and getting in the car for him. I seriously thought about it, and I thought, no, I don't want to let you guys down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate you taking one for the team there.
Yeah, way to throw yourself on that grenade there, Bill.
With my awesomeness that I did at VIR, I thought, I could have some fun. But then I thought about where the drivetrain is on that car. I probably wouldn't know what to do.
It'd be like a foreign. I think you'd warm up to it pretty quick, Bill.
Bill just spun out in pit lane. Black flag him, please.
Doc had a situation at the end of pit lane at Daytona one year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was actually out on the course. I had made it that far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't made the first turn yet, but
Wasn't it? Was it wet that day?
Yes, it was wet that day.
See, that's what it was.
At Sebring, when I spun there, it was wet.
Lovely rain.
Was that during your fast lap?
No, the fast lap came later, Bill. And that does stand as a ChampCar record.
No, I am going to I'm in charge of the archives.
You can't change that. That is not possible.
I have phone numbers.
Yeah, but will they listen to you any more than we do?
I have business cards. Oh, and a what do you call it? A hard card. So hey.
Nope, that lap will stand forever in ChampCar history.
Yes, it will. And you'll be the proud owner of it forever.
Yes, I will.
Brian Beasley says it's 74 in Florida. So that's a good sign for 2 weeks from now. Let's hope it stays there.
Yeah, it's a little chillier than that up here on Lake Hartwell. I thought about broadcasting the show from the dock, but on the lake, but I need a ride as well, so. It's supposed to be like 68 tomorrow, though. I'm looking at a lawn full of leaves that I have to deal with, so. I may be out there raking instead of writing the race report.
On board with the
what is it?
I'm not gonna let that die.
For the record, folks, Bill Strong, one of our Slack employees, decided to do other work instead of the Barber write-up race report. So he has been informed that he will get that done on Monday or Tuesday or something. Probably Tuesday. I think he's flying home on Monday.
Yeah, well, you're probably not going to get the race report until Thursday or Friday anyway. So,
and that's for Barber. So this because of all the delays, this one will probably not be done until about 2020.
Alchemy on board with Alchemy Autosport again, team that certainly didn't do as well as what we would have expected, and I'm sure what they would have expected. So look for them to be strong today. It's a tough team. They're putting an awful lot of oil in that car, though, yesterday.
They're sponsored by AMSOIL, so I'm pretty certain they get it for free.
Autospec Racing replaced an engine yesterday. They got started out pretty good, but then ran into some big problems with the lump under the hood. So they replaced that
under the hood.
So back out on track today.
I may have to name an engine Lumpy. I have mine color coded right now. That's so boring.
Just up ahead, the lone Mini Cooper out here this weekend. As they come almost to a stop, getting ready to make that turn onto the front straightaway. And there we have our competitors coming across the start-finish line. They'll take another lap. You can see the pits completely clear, which is a good sign.
Yep, means everybody's rolling.
Arsenic Racing just in front of the two Tuttle machines.
All right, everybody picked up on timing and scoring, so they're ready to go green next time round.
Okay.
Chris has that pace van. Tires maxed out around the corners.
I
Who
told
drew
her.
the
I told her to light those tires up on that van today, but evidently she did not take my advice. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, the track said no tire warming up on.
No, on the van.
Yeah.
I thought she might power jack that thing.
Well, she put that line lock in place and just floored it, and
Is Willwood leading the race right now? Are they on pole?
No, I think that's the
Okay.
94 Volvo. I think. Who's on?
Oh yeah.
Who's on pole right now? Who's at the front?
The 94 had that's Brothers in Arms. They
It is 94.
That was the team that found themselves stranded, and then like a lap later, they lost a wheel. They came back in, got that fixed, and they
Had
realized
no brake pads.
Brake pads, they can't use, off-the-shelf brake pads from Napa or
But they're
something.
ceramic.
But it's all right. It's a learning experience for these guys.
Yes.
And you got to think back when we first started racing. Did we know everything? Hell yes. I mean, no, we didn't.
Well, the other folks that have some brushing up to do is Canyon racers. They were caught on pit road many times in various violations. In fact, I surmised at one time that there wasn't a single pit road rule that they didn't violate. So we kid because we care, guys.
They can get it all out of the way in one race.
In one race, yes.
Folks along pit lane are listening. You need to not stand on pit wall, please. The track will shoot you.
They're pretty strict about sound and evidently standing on the pit road wall.
Well, that pretty much goes for every track. They don't want you standing or putting anything on that pit wall.
Van is on pit lane. Van is on pit lane. We're getting people already passing people before they even get on the front straightaway.
That's how I do it. Get it done early.
Get it done early and often. Kind of like your Christmas shopping.
Here we go. And green flag racing here at WeatherTech Laguna Seca.
All right, so it's the number 94 Brothers in Arms that lead out the field of about, 40 cars out here this weekend. On board with Arsenic Racing as they round the bend and spin up their Miata for another 7 hours of racing today. We'll go red, as they say, at noon. All the cars will be brought in for a lunch break. Most likely it's just going to be about 45 minutes long. Then they'll bring the cars back out. Arsenic already putting the pass on one of the Tuttle machines.
He's got the other one in his sights.
Yeah.
109 jumped the start, gained 2 positions, so they're discussing that.
Yeah, so much for Tuttle winning. So I guess that's done.
All right, they're going to get a drive-through on that one.
So the 109 would be, the lucky team. Not so lucky this morning.
Not so lucky.
They were probably feeling good about those passes early on.
Well, I mean, trying to read how our rule set works.
Yeah, we saw it.
Thought as soon as they saw the green flag, they could go. Yeah. But do they have to reach the start-finish line?
I'm willing to bet his guy said, hey, the pace car's in, green type thing. And, one of the orange cars is smoking again. 107.
Yep, we can see it. We're on board with the
car that was smoking yesterday.
Willwood, yeah, they're smoking again.
Well, that red car is now leading, the one that jumped the start.
That's the way to do it, baby.
Well, I mean, does he have to reach the start-finish line, Bill?
No.
I
think he jumped before they threw the flag.
Or Arsenic. We
saw that.
Yeah.
We're on board with Arsenic right now. They've got Alchemy just up ahead. Alchemy goes to the brakes as they dive into 11. Back onto the front straightaway.
Well, both Tuttle cars got good starts.
There's one of the Tuttle cars going by on the front straightaway as they head through turn 1, down into 2. on board with Arsenic Racing, the team that finished second out here. But it is the 109 leading the field to the stripe for the first lap. Tuttle Motorsports shown in second with the 108 car, and Arsenic Racing in third already.
But the 109 is going to get a drive-through penalty for jumping the start.
Right.
Even though this is ChampCar, we still have rules.
We certainly do. It looks like the Tuttle car putting a pass on the Lucky Machine. Looks like they'll pick up the lead this time by a nice clean pass into turn 7.
Brian is out for blood today. He wants both cars first and second. I mean, he has put every top dollar part on those cars, including one of them, the oil. That's Brian in the lead car. The 108. I believe his son is in the 107.
Has to check up his Arsenic Racing as they have that, looks like a BMW just ahead. That's the Lucky Machine. Oh, it might not be a BMW.
No, it's a BMW.
It's a Mitsubishi. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the red BMW. Okay. With the creative exhaust system, a little trouble going to third again with Arsenic. The BMW gets a good run out of 11, passes them on the front straightaway. They begin to duel as they head into turn 2. Arsenic back down the inside for the pass. Tight up against 2. Nice apex for 3, heading down towards 4. Checks his mirrors. Lines up for the optimum line through 4. On the power early as he heads under the Cooper Bridge. Very quick through 6 here, using all the racetrack, through 5 rather. Under the Mother's Bridge towards 6. Nice clean downshift. On the power early, lots of grip in that corner as you progress into the corner. Up to 4th. No downshift, just wings it through 7. Talking to his team now. Couldn't hear what was being said there. Heading up to the corkscrew. Into 3rd gear he goes. Nice apex. Great, really good job on the clipping points there as he goes into Rainy.
109 just pitted.
So the 109 is in for their infraction. I'll spend a little bit of time being congratulated.
Sounds like 107's a heavy smoker. So where is 107?
And it looks like the Tuttle Motorsports machine has checked out 7.3 seconds that first time through, second lap here. So 3 laps logged so far. We've got Tuttle Motorsports, Arsenic Racing, Tuttle in 3rd with the 107 car, but that car might be in trouble. Alchemy Autosport in 4th in the number 30. Then we've got OB Prestige, the 335 in 5th, Apt Racing in 6th, the Flying Hawaiians in 7th, the Gunslingers Race Team in 8th, Mr. Angry Motorsports in 9th, with Rusty Rotors and that pesky Volkswagen Golf in 10th.
Yeah, with the exception of the Tuttle cars, that looks a lot like yesterday's top 15 finishers.
Yes, it does. There's Willwood Racing out there.
He sure sits up high in that car.
Well, there's not much room. In the Miata to begin with,
right.
We had to drop the seat in ours just so we could. You have to make there's a floor pan mod that you can make to drop the seat. I did mine by hand, mounting the runners on the side of the seat and making a floor pan for it.
Right.
Now we're on board with the Flying Hawaiians. And they're vintage Datsun Z. They excuse me, they put on quite a show yesterday. Just about won the race.
Not doing it coming down the straightaway. Unless it's
Yep, they needed it to be about a 6.5-hour race.
Right. That would have about done it for him. OB Prestige turning the fastest lap so far very early on with a 148.2. I think that'll fall with Tuttle in the mix right now. Looking good out front. A 10-second lead now is the gap over Arsenic Racing, who's in P2. Flying Hawaiians there in the mix. They're in 7th right now. So they started up near the front of the pack today. Good for them. A look inside of AutoSpec Racing. AutoSpec back in 14th right now, and they're 93 Miata.
Evidently that new engine's working well.
It does sound good. AutoSpec just turned in a 159. They're going to need to get those lap times
There's
down.
that damn rabbit.
That's a different one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the one.
But the same team.
It's the Golf. Okay. Yeah, it looks
the
like
Golf.
the rabbit's right behind him. Look at the rear view mirror there, Don.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Little suckers right there. Yeah, it's a quick car, and it's kind of the bane of the existence of the Miatas out here this weekend. Heading into turn 6.
I wonder if our Scirocco's back today.
Alchemy crosses the line 6 seconds behind OB Prestige with a 152. Lap times continuing to fall as drivers find their groove and get the tires warmed up. The track is beginning to warm.
The Tuttle 107 car was blowing a little smoke out the back, and the corner workers were talking about it. And so our race director went down and talked to Tuttle, and they said basically it's a seal that should clear up over the next couple of laps, but it's not dropping liquid, so it's just a little bit of smoke hitting the exhaust. So hopefully they'll be all right.
Right.
Yes, the Scirocco is on track. Go Scirocco.
Yeah.
It's the Far From Gooden team. Luckily, Lucky has dropped all the way back to 22nd place with that stop and go penalty for jumping the start.
So it looks like 33 cars took the green flag this morning. We're out here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. It is the ChampCar Endurance Series Double 7 this weekend. A Monterey Christmas. You're watching ChampCar Live.
Yep, Tuttle down with a 147, what, 619? 919? 919. As the FTD of the day on that last lap.
Yeah, he's got something to prove this weekend, that he can travel all this way and do well.
Looks like our official start time was 9:08. On board with the AutoSpec Racing team. They came here with some high hopes yesterday too. They've got a strong race car. Decides to take the inside line as the competitor ahead takes the Optimum.
Yeah, they're all the
Nice
way
pass.
out here from Austin, Texas, the AutoSpec car. It's a
Yeah, the
pretty
big story
long tow.
The big story of the day yesterday was the audio issues, the ordinance that we have. Hopefully everybody's got that sorted out, so it becomes a non-issue today.
I did bring that up with Ben, our timing and scoring and kind of race control, and he said so far, knock on wood, that everybody's passed so far. But as some folks know, that the sun can come out, a butterfly can fly over, and that just totally changes the DB level.
Right. The number 135 just behind, blown my wad, putting on a good race here with Auto Spec, trying to get back around them.
Yeah, even if it costs me a couple of seconds a lap, I might be breathing that throttle as I go by sound control.
Yeah, that's what a lot of teams might be doing. I don't know if they are or not because we don't want to say officially.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It'd only be smart racecraft.
Yep. Yeah,
if you think you're close.
Yeah, you can't win it when you're on the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're the last guy on the trailer. So why do we need to know the official start time? Because that's when our stints start. So maximum stint time in our series is 2 hours. And if you can go 2 hours on fuel, then you can officially start stop your stint, come in pit lane at 11:09. Or sorry, 11:08. So that's why we let you guys know when the official start time was. Now we do finish exactly at what time? 4:45 today?
Yeah, depending on what we do during red, but the plan was
5-minute red, so to be the exact same thing as yesterday.
On board with Arsenic Racing, they're in second spot. They've stretched out a minor lead of about a second and a half over Tuttle Motorsports, so they're right behind them. But boy, the 10. That's right. Arsenic is in third spot. OB Prestige has put a pass on them. So it's Tuttle Motorsports, OB Prestige, Arsenic, Tuttle Motorsports, Alchemy Autosport, the Flying Hawaiians, Mr. Angry Motorsports, Apt Racing, the Gunslingers Race Team, and Team Octane in their 07 Mini Cooper. They are in 10th.
Yeah, the top 5 or 6 have really pulled away from the field right now. But Alchemy is catching the 811 car pretty quickly and probably will make a pass as they go into turn 1. 94 is down on pit lane again. They may have run out of brake pads already.
Boy, Arsenic really in the mirrors, really feeling the pressure from that orange Mitsubishi right behind him. And they are on the hunt. You know, they've just back about a second behind him, so they are really in his mirrors.
There, he looked on the left there for a second.
Yeah, he's just waiting for that Mitsubishi to uncover something that he's holding close to his chest. Michael Tuttle in the car.
They've got the hood going up on the 94. Driver's out of the car, too. Looks like they're looking at the left front again. They had a lot of problems with that left front yesterday. Now they're looking at the brake. Oh, yeah, brake master cylinder they're looking at. They're pulling the cap off. So it's been a tough weekend for these guys. And they've done some racing up in the Ridge, they said, with another series. But at these speeds and this track, it's just a little too much for their gear. So they'll probably
have some stronger pads and maybe some 660 in their future.
Yeah, so they've got some things to work out. But they'll get it, and we've all been there before.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I always love the guys that showed up at tracks, especially the Honda boys with a Z. They'd show up at the track with all the latest and greatest of internet purchases, you know, purple parts and anodized this and that. And by the end of the race, over in the garage, there's a pile of anodized this and that. And
right.
All the stock parts put on it, you know.
Right. All that stuff's leaking and
yeah. You know, all those eBay parts have just started melting, and yeah, it's
there goes Tuttle past Arsenic.
You could not put up with the extra top-end power of that machine.
Yeah.
Arsenic is getting left behind by the Mitsubishi. So Tuttle puts their sights on OB Prestige. Now that's 22 seconds back is Tuttle from their overall leader's sister car, the 108 car. He just set fastest, the FTD of 145.3.
76 is getting black flag for mechanical.
That's that's our Canyon Racers. Well, at least they were off pit row this time. Hey, Vern Baker's on board. Welcome.
Hey, Vern. Checking in on Willwood Racing.
Wow, that Mustang is really quick this morning going down the front straightaway.
Now, Willwood's dropped 22 spots. They find themselves in 30th right now. Not sure how accurate that is, but that's where they're at right now. Back in 30th, they're out at the back of the field. So they've got some work to do ahead of them. On board with Alchemy.
Chance Barden's on board with us. Matt Tirico again. Mark Dubé.
Can you let me know when Bethany Barden comes back on, please?
All right, we'll do.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Vern, I got some bad news, buddy. The GoPro quit during your stint from Barber. In fact, it quit and didn't work the rest of the day. We had all Sunday, so naturally we have my mistakes.
So Alchemy Autosport in 5th right now.
76 is now leaving pit lane after fixing whatever was broke on their car or hanging. The 94 car, the right side of the car is up in the air. Looks like they're going to be jacking up the left side now, the front. Yep, they're taking the wheel off on the left, so they might have already used their brake pads up today. That's insane, though. Why would they?
It'd just be a couple laps, so.
Yeah. They may have a leak on a, because those pistons, when they ran out of pad last time, those pistons were just way out there, and that's when you start getting leaks in the rubber, and yeah, craziness happens. So usually we never let our brake pads go down to the backing because that just causes other issues.
Well, if the caliper is older, that's where the rust in the pitting is.
Yes.
And it starts bringing all that into the seal, and then when you compress them to put new pads on, they stick.
Yeah.
So they may be having some issues there as well. Just like you said, once those pistons go out, you put them back in. And if they're not new or newish, that's when you run into trouble.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times we'll just pull those off, stick another set on, and then put we'll hone it all out, make sure it's all nice and clean and smooth, and then put a new rubber around the piston, and we're good.
So Flying Hawaiians and 2 white guys, and they're Datsun. I don't think that year is. It's so number 82. It's a 77.
Red Miata that just went down pit lane and stopped. It looked lost. Doc, do you know what number that one is? Is it still here? Is this mic on? Doc,
yeah.
Doc, you alive?
Yes, I'm alive. I'm
not ignoring you.
I'm not talking to you today.
He was busy looking up a red Miata, wasn't he?
No. I was chatting with Vern here.
Okay. Well, you can do your own business on your own time, but
he said since the camera quit, then in that case I was perfect and had no mistakes.
There you go. There you go. No argument. 277 on pit lane. He stopped at his pit stall, and that's all he did.
Yeah, Alchemy has a red Miata, and so does
277.
Super Richo. Oh, that's okay. That's the Super Richo team.
So now he's back out on track. Does a drag race start. Lights up them tires as he leaves pit lane. I love doing that. Race control doesn't like it, but gotta get some heat in those rear tires.
Troublemakers everywhere.
The problem is in the Opal, we won't be able to break them loose.
Oh, you can break them loose. Just have to rev it high enough.
Oh, okay.
Remember, we were on like 400 tread wear, so
400 tread wear.
You can light those things up all day long, buddy.
Nice.
Now we'll have some proper tires on it. So this morning we're talking about maybe racing the Opal at VIR next year on the North Course with me, Doc, Polly, and Tiffany, and taking it to the field, man. I mean, I think we have enough skill on this team to cause some damage to the hierarchy at VIR,
or at least the backarchy.
Backarchy.
I think that Opal will do good. We won't talk about any
the LS in it
to make it a little quicker. Usually the best mod that you can do to a race car is the one behind the wheel.
Yep.
And we've got that. Though we will have a damage clause waiver specifically for Doc, ready for him to sign.
He didn't sound too excited about that.
No, I can't say that I blame him. I'm not getting in the car if it's raining.
Oh, it's awesome when it rains because it's got a welded rear diff. Actually, I don't know if it's good in the rain. We've never done it. The Arsenic car looks... race monitor is up.
I just couldn't see it. I just got it up. You saw my thumbs up, right?
Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Race Hero. There we go. So we got a lot of cars getting 2 off today. I would start telling you guys who's doing that, but it's pretty much a lot of teams. We'd run out of paper really quick. Guys trying to shortcut these corners.
So it's Tuttle up front with OB Prestige in second. The 107 car of the Tuttle group in third. Arsenic Racing in fourth, and Alchemy in fifth. Well, we've reached the bottom of the hour, so we'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching the race at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, the ChampCar Endurance Series, presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps on ChampCar Live. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to ChampCar teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Do you know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race to your phone and become a winner.
ChampCar Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. Back here live at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the ChampCar Endurance Series 7 this weekend. A Monterey Christmas on ChampCar Live. Paul Veltsum, Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong. We're missing our cohort here, Tiffany Alexander, this weekend.
Yeah, she's at Barber Racing.
Yeah, okay.
And, just track day.
Well, I hope she's having a lot of fun. So,
well, if the weather's cooperating, I'm sure she is.
So, taking a look at how things have progressed since we went to commercial break. Total Motorsports continuing to check out. They're 25 seconds in front of OB Prestige. Now, they've turned up their game a little bit. They both ran a 149 that last lap, and the sister car, the Tuttle Machine of the number 107 car, turning like lap times with Michael at the wheel of that smoking Mitsubishi. Arsenic Racing up to 4th with Alchemy and Flying Hawaiians, both setting their fastest lap times of the day so far.
Hey, your little buddy's on Facebook there, Bill.
Who's that?
Troy.
Troy? My little buddy. He said it, Troy. He said it, not me.
We're just going to start calling you Skipper then, Bill.
Yeah, I have to be nice to Troy and about his lack of height. Yeah. It's my New Year's resolution.
Ah.
I will call him the big guy.
The big guy.
Arsenic Racing in fourth spot right now, 8 seconds back from the Mitsubishi of Tuttle Motorsports that passed them a little bit earlier. Right now they're watching Alchemy Autosport, also in a Mazda Miata, about 27 seconds back. The two cars turning like lap times. So we're green this morning. I don't think we had any full course cautions yesterday except to bring everybody in for the lunch break.
I believe you would be correct, sir.
They're doing hot polls this weekend, so we can expect more of that today.
I mean, compared to Barber, we hardly had any any tow truck activity at all.
Today, weather forecast, it's going to be in the mid-60s, and we're expecting rain to come in around the noon hour. It's like 56 degrees right now in Monterey, California. Humidity 79%, winds at 4 miles per hour.
Arsenic's out there kind of by himself.
.272, 4 off. Continue.
That's one of the Rusty Roaders. It's that Golf.
There's the vintage RX-7 that's out here this weekend.
107 Orange has ceased smoking.
Again, an alert about the Tuttle machine, our third place car. Trying to chase down OB Prestige. Currently in second. We'll see if they'll be able to do that. Tried to show you a little bit earlier what things looked like with the weather coming in. That weather that's on its way, supposed to arrive sometime this afternoon in California, but it's out over the Pacific right now. Winding up through the gears is Arsenic Racing. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on our Facebook Live feed and on our YouTube Live feed, which you can watch in 1080 and uninterrupted over there on our YouTube channel. So
Jeff Christensen said, yeah, at Barber, I think they had to refuel the tow trucks.
Right. Good point.
Yeah. They certainly were busy. Those guys worked their butts off that certainly on Saturday.
Oh, man. That was a very interesting race.
Interesting's one word you could use, Paulie. I have a different one.
It wasn't really exciting. It was just interesting.
It was really exciting around the, I don't know, what time were we out, Doc?
All day.
Captain.
No, I think I went in at 2 o'clock. I came in at 2:05, and then again at 2:10.
277's window net may have fallen down.
No, if it has, they're going to be brought in. They can't be out there without that. You know.
I'm not really wild about those mesh window nets because on a black car, they're hard to see.
Well, that's the red Miata that was in the pits earlier.
Well, maybe they let it down and didn't. Pit out should have caught it.
Well, it may have been up, but they didn't have it. You know, it may have bounced down or something.
Yeah. Well, again, those mesh ones, I find those awfully hard to see sometimes.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, it may be easier for your driver to see things or whatever, but, you know,
I like the
have something that's obvious that the corner workers can see that it's a safety item, that it's there.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, if, I guess you could always put a piece of, bright tape on it or something so they can see it's up. Ours has a sewn-in patch on it, so.
Well, you know what, though? We tried both. The obstruction was a little... the view was a little obstructed for that rear view mirror in the Miata, and we had the traditional big band webbing.
Right.
And we went to that mesh type. It was actually worse. It made it worse.
Yeah.
Because you're viewing at an angle.
7 mechanical, no net.
So we ended up going back to the other net.
Yeah, I like the big nets. I mean, and of course, an E30, the window is much larger than a Miata, so we have a nice clear gap to the mirror.
Now, we're on board with Flying Hawaiians, and they've got one of those mesh nets up, and that one looks pretty good.
That one looks fine, yeah. It's easy to see through it.
Look how much that the Arsenic Racing is really working that wheel going around the corners.
Oh, well, this is Flying Hawaiians we're in right now.
Oh,
we were on board with them.
Screen outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, that window net looks fine to look through, but again, it's sometimes hard to see those nets, it seems to me.
I take that back. This is Alchemy. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry, guys. This is Alchemy Autosport. This is the team that had a rough go of it yesterday. Some contact going into turn 7 with another car. Did quite a bit of damage to the front of the car. They got back out, but they had to keep coming into the pits and behind the wall to add oil. They were doing some checks, doing some math.
Turned it into basically a test day.
Yeah. There were slide rulers. There was compasses, protractors.
Protractors. Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
Some French curves. Oh, we won't. I'm sorry. We're not supposed to talk about her, are we?
Wait, is this PG or G? I'm trying to remember.
You woke me up there, guys. What were you talking about, French curves? Because I love them all.
Alchemy trying to loosen up that wrist. That's definitely a problem that some drivers have, myself included, with a little bit of wrist fatigue. On board with the Flying Hawaiians now.
There's exercises you can do to increase your wrist strength.
Right. All joking aside, I've got something that Tyler Pedersen sent me that's real good.
I'm afraid to ask.
No, it's legit. No, it's legit. It's the real
thing. I kid.
Yeah.
Quick links to websites, things like that.
I'm going to get
I've got it. If you guys are interested in getting that information, I'll be happy to forward it along to you. It is a YouTube video, but it's by one of those orthopedic guys, and he gives you all these exercises to use and to strengthen those wrists back up. If you get a little bit long in the tooth like myself, then some of that atrophy starts to set in, and you got to do some exercises to keep yourself fit.
Yeah, I have some problems with my wrists simply because I broke them so many times motorcycle racing. I have all the bones fused together, so they get a little stiff sometime.
Brian, of course. Strengthening with French curves, question mark.
Every chance I get.
Here we go.
It's going to go downhill early here, folks.
I'm just staying out of this conversation because I really don't want to go to HR on Monday.
You're going to HR anyway on Monday. They've already got you scheduled weekly.
It's a reoccurring appointment.
Yes, exactly. A reoccurring appointment.
23 laps turned so far this morning. Tuttle Motorsports, 33 seconds out from OB Prestige in the lead of this race. The 108 car with the 107 car in third.
Arsenic and out going to be right behind him.
On and off the track, he's back running.
What was that, Bill?
2720 is on and off the track, and he's back running.
2720.
0. Wait, that's too many numbers.
272.
Oh, okay. There we go.
It must have been an echo.
Okay. 272 is Rusty Rotors.
Don't question me.
And that Volkswagen Golf. The GTI. Which I always thought would be fun to race.
Well, Volkswagen had that national series a couple of, what? Gosh.
Decades ago.
7 or 8 years back, the TDI Cup.
Oh, yeah, that. I thought you were talking about the Rabbit Cup or the Playboy Cup.
Oh, jeez. You're going way back. That's like the Renault Cup. Remember that with the alliances and
Yes.
then the cars?
Well, yeah. Well, I was at Le Mans. One of the opening in '91, I think it was. That one of the opening races was Renault 208s or whatever.
Right.
And there were some. There was sort of like the Long Beach Grand Prix where you had the celebrity race. It was like that. And
Right.
I remember Senna was in one car. And there was a couple other drivers in them. So it was real fun watching those guys just wheel those cars and bang doors.
Well, the Alliance Cup and the Le Car Cup that the Renault had here in the States, I mean, they used to get huge fields.
272. He went off and on again.
Uh-oh. Well, if he goes off again, guys, he's probably going to get called in.
Yep.
If he goes off within a short period of time, that's the policy. And they'll just bring him in to check on him, make sure everything is okay, and yeah, they don't want to see that over and over and over again.
He might be one of those believers in not using the coward pedal.
There is the 272 off on the left.
Yes, indeed.
Driver gave him a friendly wave from the auto spec driver. Like, thanks for not going off near me.
Auto spec down in 11th right now.
We kid because we care.
On the hunt for petrol heads, currently in 10th. And they are about 4.5 seconds back, so they're gradually gaining on petrol heads. In their 03 Mercedes, the Merc. That's not fair to call that a Merc. That would be a Mercury.
No, the rest of the world calls it a Merc. In English.
So we'll just call it a Mercedes.
I still call it a Merc. Not rest of the
The
world.
Benz.
Yeah. The Benz.
The Benz.
You know what I always thought would be kind of a cool car? That Chrysler car that was basically a Mercedes. It was a little two-seater. Has that really long hood. Mercedes suspension. SLC suspension or SL suspension.
Oh, the
See old people
Crossfire?
driving. Is it Crossfire? Yes. Yes, a Crossfire.
I don't think we've seen one of those in ChampCar.
No, but we should. And I think it'd be a really cool car.
It
I
might
don't know
have
if it'd be,
Might have a small gas tank though.
it's got a V8, I think.
So Ray Frank, listening in over and watching on our YouTube channel, says, do you need a workout? Stop by the body shop sometime with a sanding block and 80 grit, and we'll fix you right up.
We'll strengthen those wrists up.
Free workouts from
Green
Ray
carbon
Frank.
Fiber.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks, buddy.
Green carbon fiber.
That's what I like about Ray, always willing to lend a helping hand.
Yeah, he's a great guy like that.
He is.
He's got some great stories that we were telling up at AMP. Bill was kind enough to give me a warm place to sleep.
Auto spec continuing to reel in petrol heads. About 3 seconds in the rears now, and just up ahead.
108 being way too aggressive.
That's our overall leader. Just turned a 144.6 there.
Brian
set the
Tuttle?
FTD.
Aggressive? Say
Hard
it
to
ain't
believe.
so.
Well, that can get you into trouble. Even though you're the leader, you do have to be careful.
Yeah.
Likely that's Brian.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter who it is. It's the rules are the rules.
He already has to have his car teched every race for his issues he had last year or earlier this year. Or was it last year?
It was last year.
Yeah, last year. So he may have to sit in
Sebring.
a driving school every, the new driver school every time he comes to the track next time. That would be fun.
Yeah, he fell afoul of the community back in Sebring of last year.
I don't think you have to blame the community. He fell afoul of the rule book.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's not blaming the community.
the
It's
community got upset, but
Yeah.
the rule book that's ultimately in charge of what happens here on track. So that's what he fell afoul of. Basically, he got caught, and that's it.
I should say he incurred the wrath of the community.
Yeah, well, he didn't. He loves that kind of attention.
Yeah, I know.
still reeling in gradually petrol heads in their Mercedes. Let's see if we can figure out. Oh, he's lots quicker through the corners. Let's see what happens now. It looks like he's going to be right on his tail here. He might swing out for the pass going into 11. Not quite close enough. I was going to say, let's see if we can figure out where he's faster, but he's definitely quicker through Rainey in the turns.
Mercedes leaves him on the straightaway.
Mercedes has got the ponies under the hood, but AutoSpec and their Miata, they've got the grip, and they've got the handling advantage. Down into turn 2 here, through 3.
Chances are they're stopping a lot less mass too.
Oh yeah. AutoSpec piloting a 93 Mazda Miata. Tuttle Motorsports, the 107 car, just sets their fastest lap time so far, 148.2 with Michael at the wheel. Still in P3, but having trouble closing the gap to P2 as OB Prestige and their Honda Civic turning like lap times. As AutoSpec goes by a back marker there.
That's the Canyon Racers on the right there, the number 76 Miata.
And they did a fine job of letting faster car through there, heading up to 7, now into 8, and the famous corkscrew through 8-8 towards 9.
It's not near as close to that Mercedes as he was last lap.
Yeah, he might have given up a little bit to make that safe pass going into 7.
Oh, okay. I just heard the echo, and I'm like,
Tries to make it up a little bit going into 11.
that's all right.
He seems to do so. Tuttle Motorsports, the 107 car, falling behind just a bit that last lap through to P2. So right now your top 10, it's Tuttle Motorsports, the 108, then OB Prestige in the 335. Then it's Tuttle in the 107 car, Arsenic Racing in the 116, Team Octane in their EC-classed Mini Cooper is 5th. In 6th, it's the Flying Hawaiians and 2 white guys. In 7th, it's Alchemy Autosport. In 8th, Mr. Angry Motorsports. In 9th, it's Sweet Spot Racing. And in 10th, Petrolheads Racing in their 03 Mercedes. Well, we've reached the top of the hour, so we're going to step away here for a brief pause to acknowledge our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a moment. You are watching the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca race of the ChampCar Endurance Series, on ChampCar Live. Stay with us, everyone. Back in a moment.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to ChampCar teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
ChampCar Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. and Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. To go live. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. Coming up, a great group of guys out there at DiscoveryParts.com. Make sure you check them out.
Oh, yeah, Ron's awesome.
We're back here live at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Paul Veltum, Doc Waldrop, and Bill Strong covering the race for you all weekend long. And things are getting excited here on board with AutoSpec trying to get by one of these competitors. Looks like one of the Z's out here this weekend.
831.
Yeah, the USA team.
Try to take the wide line. Okay.
That's a small number.
Did a nice job putting the pass on the outside around 10 there. And there's a lot of banking to that corner. It's a little deceptive. There's more there than it looks like in the camera.
It's a lot of fun.
I was just messaging back and forth with a fellow by the name of Dylan on our Facebook page. He was asking about, is it okay to run regular fuel tanks in my ChampCar? I'm just doing a build. They're trying to make it to Nelson Ledges next year. And I said, yep, you can do that. And I also reminded him, and this is a good reminder for any of you new teams out there that are developing, and Bill, you could chime in on this. I said, hey, be sure to read that rule book a couple of times and send any questions you may have to tech to the email address that's on the web. Make sure you get everything squared away. Be sure that roll cage is welded up properly. That's a big one.
Yep,
that's the big thing. Is like a lot of teams have pro cage builders do their cages, and then we get them, and they're like missing a lot of welds. So either those pros are getting phone calls during the process, and they're missing stuff, forgetting things. But you need, before you take that car off the property of your welder, you take a little mini flashlight or a big flashlight or something, and your finger. Make sure the cage is cold, and go around every single weld. Make sure you can't feel holes or things. Things.
They got to be 360 welds everywhere.
Yep. So make certain that it's done right, or you won't be racing.
And there is an extensive section on roll cages telling you exactly what needs to be done.
There is, but Bill, what are some of the common mistakes that we see that make it into tech regarding those welds?
Well, basically not, it's, you have the top of the cage. It's really difficult to weld once you get everything welded at the bottom. So those top bars usually don't have welds at the top. Now, there is easy ways to do this, and what we did, I just cut some holes in the roof, and so I could get access to those and just welded like right there. Another way is you cut holes in the floor, so when you put your cage in, you just drop your cage into that, and that gives you access to the top of the cage.
Yep. And then you use plinth boxes.
Then you put a box in there, and when you're done welding the top, you just jack it back up, and put your boxes underneath, or plates underneath it to put it back up, and put it flush right up against that roof line and stuff. A nice thing that a lot of guys are doing is they're taking the roof, they're cutting all the unneeded metal out of it, the reinforcements, and that allows you to really move that cage out away from the driver. The safety thing is get that cage away from your head. Put your tallest driver in there. Make sure, move him around in that seat. Don't have him buckled in. Just move him around in that seat and make sure he doesn't hit that cage. Then buckle him in, get him in position. Make sure that, the helmet is below the cage, the highest bar on the cage, your roll hoop behind your head. Make sure it's not above that. If it is, jack that cage up higher, or move your roof higher, or move your seat lower. Figure out which is going to be easiest for you.
And one of the changes to the rule book that'll be in effect in 2019 is you have to have SFI padding anywhere the driver's helmet can make contact with the cage.
Right. And that SFI foam is hard, but as you hit it with your helmet, it softens up. You know, it's not as hard as you would think. It helps really slow down the helmet to keep from hitting the cage, which does not move. And I found that out firsthand. I ended up getting a concussion and brain bleed when my helmet hit the cage. So we redesigned the whole driver package, lowered the seat. We run a full containment seat now, so your helmet doesn't, you know, there's no way my helmet can hit the cage. We've actually we took SFI foam sheets that you can buy from Pegasus, and I cut it up to actually mount on the full containment seat itself to keep the helmet from getting even close to the cage. So we've done a lot of extensive work on that on the MR2s. Some cars don't really have those issues. The roofs on them are a lot wider, so your cage can go out further. So, but the biggest thing for tech, welds, and then not the bars in the incorrect positions. Wrong bending tools used to bend the cage. We saw that recently. Use a tube bender, not a pipe bender. You cannot use a bender that you buy at Harbor Freight or any other local shop. It needs to be a tube bender. They're sold online. I got mine from Speedway Motors. It was a few $100, but well worth every penny. There's also companies like Roll Cage Components in Virginia. They will sell you a pre-bent cage. All you got to do is weld it up. Trim it up to make everything fit, but they're a good company. A lot of guys use that company.
Yeah, we use Roll Cage Components.
So
I get awesome.
I get all my tube from them.
We had to have them make some adjustments to our cage because the down tubes were coming into the foot box a little closer than we would like. So they bent us up a new hoop and sent it to us and worked fantastic. Yeah. So they got great customer service.
And new for 2019, I finally got the board to agree to allowing the foot box bars. Basically, it's a triangulated bar that you can put right up to where your left foot sits up against the wheel well. And what that does is if you get T-boned or you hit something hard, it keeps that wheel from pushing the sheet metal into the pedal box and crushing your feet. We think that guys want to keep their feet not crushed, so they now allow that point free.
Well, I wear those.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. I wear high top racing shoes simply because my foot has hit a cage before and it hurts.
Yeah, well, you don't want that stuff coming in on your feet and your feet. Whoa, hold on. 22 car. So he came up on the on pit out, and it was steaming like crazy as he was sitting there.
That's sweet spot racing.
Yeah.
I think they had a coolant spill, and it's just burning off. But it's all white in the front of the hood. So just FYI.
You heard that?
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris. Yeah, it was.
So our buddy Jeff Burdett also suggests you can use a dental mirror to check your welds if you can't get your eyeball in there.
Yep, that's right. But
just make sure it's good 360 welds all the way around.
A finger always does the job good, and that's what tech is going to use.
Yeah, and we were talking about the hard SFI foam. That they call that high density foam. You'll find it on the websites, and it's like most of it's like a crescent shaped. It doesn't wrap all the way around. But the rules state that needs to be on all the bars where the 2019 rules state that the high density foam needs to be on all the bars where the helmet can come into contact.
Yeah, so you only need, it's expensive. I mean, you're probably talking about $30, $40 a stick, I think.
No, it's less than that. It's about $25.
$25 a stick. So all you need is one stick of it.
Yeah.
And you just basically put it where your helmet, just take like I said, take a guy in your seat, move him forward, put a stick there, move him to the side, put a stick there, move him into the corner, make sure everything, into the corner of the cage, the upper left, make sure he can't hit there, put one on the down bar, and you're done. If your seat can go, if your driver's head is above the seat and he can, if that seat breaks off the mount and he can actually hit the back of the roll hoop, maybe you want to put one back there. So just think about where your driver is going to move if he gets loose in that car or the car starts coming apart around him. Where can he hit? Everywhere else you can use pool foam or the cheaper stuff.
It's not pool foam.
I know, but everybody calls it that because it's basically all it is. But that kind
It
of
is not.
it kind of keeps, if your arms start wailing in the car as you're rolling at 200 miles an hour, it kind of helps lessen the impact on your arms and your hands, and as you do that. So you can use that elsewhere, but where your helmet is, use the proper stuff. And I know it's not pool foam, but that's what a lot of guys call it because it looks the same.
It looks the same, and it is fire resistant stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's thicker on one side than the other.
Not always.
What?
Well,
every piece I've seen is.
Well, it's not always like that.
Well, we bought ours from Pegasus, so.
Sorry, I cracked myself up.
Thankfully, I wasn't listening.
What?
Nothing.
So on board with Flying Hawaiians right now. They're in 6th spot right now. Tuttle Motorsports, the 108 car, continuing to pull away from OB Prestige. They just turned a 145 to that 147 of P2. And their sister car, the Tuttle Machine, in 3rd. Still losing a little bit of ground to OB Prestige, back in 3rd spot.
Those little Civics are fast around here.
Yeah. Arsenic Racing is back in 4th right now, turning in 150s. We've got Team Octane in their Mini Cooper, also turning in 150s. They're in 5th right now. The FTD right now is by the leader with a 144.6.
For our new folks listening to us, what is FTD, Paul?
I don't really know.
It's fastest time of the day, you silly person. You do that.
God, Doc is quick this morning, man.
I'm almost awake.
He's on it. He's had 2 cups of coffee, and he's ready to go.
Why, yes, I have. The other thing is I'm hyped up on sugar.
Yeah, speaking of which, where's my Monster Energy drink?
This friend of mine sends out boxes of fudge and stuff, and to people that have hired him during the year. And oh my God, that stuff's like crack. It's so good.
Don't know, never had crack.
And there's all sorts of, it's a figure of speech, Bill.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
All sorts of varieties in there.
Paulie was trying to remember his experience with crack.
No, we're supposed to mention something here. Let me mute this. Okay. So Ray's saying, please mention the bulkhead between all fuel components and the driver compartment.
Yeah. Okay, that was something different, but yeah, I can talk about that real quick.
So basically, there has to be a bulkhead between the driver and all the fuel components, which is what he just said.
Yeah, are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, so Ray just messaged us, and he wanted to reinforce the fact that between your fuel system and your driver, there must be a bulkhead between separating them from from everything. We had an incident up in at another track this year that there was no bulkhead between the driver and the fuel system. We had a fuel system failure, and the driver got burnt. We don't want that to happen to you guys. So we've made some changes to the rule book, and there must be a complete separation between all fuel components and the driver. And when we mean all fuel components, we mean everything. All the hoses, all the pumps, all your filters, all your whatever, your fuel fill. There cannot be any, there has to be something in between the two. So, and it has to be metal. Some guys are complaining, well, I won't be able to see when I fill up my fuel cell. Well, you gotta figure something out. Yeah, figure it out. You guys are smart. So
there's also a handy stuff you can use on your firewall in between your engine where you've drilled hoses, ran extra sensor wires.
Yeah,
that 3M makes.
Yeah,
and it's a fire block.
Yeah, and you buy it at Lowe's.
It's a spray can.
Other companies do it. It's RTV, and they do a expanding foam that's designed for flues and fireplaces.
Yeah.
It just basically it's fire. As fire hits it, it expands. What we do is we run metal plate, actually aluminum plate, in between some of the holes, and then we line it with seal it up with the RTV, because fuel atomize will work its way everywhere into the interior car. So
especially you E30 guys that have drilled holes to pound your rocker shafts through your firewall.
Yeah, so
we used a metal plate over those.
Yeah, and the Porsches with the big, they remove the heating cores and stuff like that, and they have this huge 1 foot by 10-inch hole that goes directly into the
engine compartment.
Yeah, passenger compartment or engine compartment, whichever way you're looking. And that's a big place for fuel just to go, it's a great vent.
How did that go? That's what I thought.
That's what it sounds like when the fire starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the E36 has one of those too. It's a dash center. It's a big, we have a big panel that we put in, and it was riveted in, but I put the foam in there as the rivet was going in. That takes care of that. So don't just rivet them shut, seal them up too. Those vapors can get through anything.
Man, far be it from me to criticize another driver, but I keep both my hands on the wheel.
I'm just thinking something of really smart to say, but I can't think of anything right now.
Well, he has to shift too, Doc.
Well, yeah, but anytime you're not shifting, I'd keep my hand on the wheel. I keep both my hands on the wheel. It doesn't stop me from crashing, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I personally those little wheels that you clamp onto it, and you can just use one hand to
suicide knob. That'd be hysterical. I'd love to mount one on my car just to take it through tech.
But you have to put SFI foam on it.
Yeah.
The last thing you want going into your chest.
Just suicide knob. That'd be hysterical. Yeah, I've ruled out the chain steering wheel.
I like those. Actually, I have one at home. I've been debating
just to try it once, right?
No, I wouldn't use it in racing because my guys would just shoot. But it's we made third on the Opal. That's a vintage thing.
That is a vintage thing.
So 3 vintage guys driving a vintage car.
What could possibly go wrong, right? It only makes sense.
Exactly.
But if we're gonna do the chain steering wheel, you know what else we have to do?
Fuzzy dice.
Fuzzy dice that are flame proof, and also
dingle ball fringe, baby.
Oh yeah, dingle balls. Gotta have dingle balls.
Gotta have the dingle ball fringe.
Can we have the Hawaiian chick that dances on the dash?
We have to. Yes, we could.
Yeah.
We have to have the Auga horn too.
Oh yeah.
So many great ideas.
I've got the fender mirrors.
So little time.
I have fender mirrors on it, so
I'm sure Race Bar would go for all that stuff too.
Oh, curb feelers, definitely.
Curb feelers, yes.
They gotta be low though.
What other Chotsky could we throw at this?
That's how my grandfather had curb feelers. My dad had them on the '68 Charger back in the late '60s.
Oh, please. No.
He didn't want to hurt those little 13-inch wheel hubcaps.
Oh, but what a travesty.
I remember he got so mad. We were going to I
could see him on like a...
And he took a corner and the hubcap went flying off. And he was so mad about that.
Well, didn't somebody prop it up on the curb so he could find it later?
I remember doing that.
You know, you still see that here in the South?
Yeah. It's what you did.
Yeah.
Because the guy would come back and get his he'd see it next day. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah. I wondered where I lost that. Hey, that looks just like, it is mine.
Wait, there's 3 of them.
Collect the set.
Oh, yeah. All I need is a couple more.
Well, AutoSpec, they ended up passing Petrol Heads when we were at Commercial, and now they're trying to hunt down Alchemy. And they're looks like they're back about a second. So they should be right on their tail. Yeah, they're just up ahead there.
Yep.
The lap times are a little bit quicker, so and it looks like Alchemy's getting held up. So we happen to have a camera in both cars.
Willwood is camera too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Should be right on him here pretty soon.
Yeah, they're on the hunt. They're turning.
Autospec is moving pretty fast. Second faster last time, or half a second maybe.
There's Alchemy chasing down a black car. I wonder if that's Willwood. We could have 3 in-car cameras of this whole battle here. Yeah, it might be. He's going through the same part of the racetrack. We've got cameras in all 3 cars. Yeah, under the Cooper Bridge they go. A little bit more of a delay here.
.515 is leaving pit lane right now, along with the Volkswagen Rabbit that was in our special this morning. Thank you, Paul, for doing that. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. It was a great little story that developed yesterday. I'll have to show it again for.
No, don't. It's a one-time. It's going to be like that Apple. That Apple commercial.
It'll be that famous, huh? Sorry, folks, you missed it. If you didn't get up early.
Wow. Remember, it's not early on your coast.
Well, yeah.
Well,
you don't know my friends.
Oh, they're still recovering?
Possibly. What do you mean they? I'm confused.
So we've got Willwood Racing out in the front of this trio, heading out onto the front straightaway. The timing's a little different from camera to camera, but I think that's just because of the way that YouTube processes everything. Alchemy in the middle, and Autospec trailing. 3 Miatas.
They do stick together.
If they do take each other, if they take all 3 out, I'm not moving those cameras around.
Yeah, Bill, thanks for putting the cameras in all these cars today. It certainly makes it a lot more fun to watch.
What, me putting the cameras in?
Yeah.
Struggle?
Yeah. I was watching the whole time. It was great.
Yeah, I kind of freaked out. I'm going to listen to the stereo as I go over, because there was some good talk radio on this morning about how people snap on my way into the track this morning, and that was kind of interesting to listen to, because I now have a lot of excuses when I snap. So I hopped in the car. I have all the radios. I call the cameras radios, but all the radios in the car, and I'm driving around the track trying to find out where all the cars are, and I had the stereo playing. It was playing some new tune, and then I realized, oh my God, I can't. YouTube will hear that music and freak out and start banning all my accounts, and like every. Yeah, that would not have been fun.
Right.
Big Brother is watching.
Or I'm going to get a lot of ads about, Sade or something. I don't know who was singing. I just, made up a name.
You're dating yourself, Bill.
What?
Sade.
See if all 3 can go under the Mustang, and they do. Each of them thinking, I don't want to get separated. Here comes Tuttle on the left side. He's gonna smoke by all of them.
Past everybody.
Yeah.
He thinks he's so fast.
He is pretty fast, Bill.
He listens to our show, by the way.
Doesn't everybody listen to our show?
But he really listens to it. He takes notes.
Hence your weekly phone call.
Yeah, that's why he said, I want you fired. I told him we'd talk a lot about him this weekend. Tuttle.
You do have a man crush on Tuttle, though.
He's probably got his PR agent, taking down every time he's mentioned. Like an ad tracker.
Now, I make fun of the fact that he likes the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns won yesterday. Brian's got to be ecstatic.
What?
Yeah, no, they did. They won. They've won like 6 games.
So the town of Cleveland is going nuts then.
Yeah.
back on board with Autospec, trying to chase down both Willwood and Alchemy, which is just up ahead. Another car's gotten in between them now. Looks like the Willwood Miata put a pass on one of the slower cars. And Tuttle managed to get by all three of them. Flying Hawaiian's up to 6th right now, but it's Tuttle Motorsports that made the pass early on and is just continuing to gap the field, running 146s, 145s. They've set the fastest lap time of the day at 144.6. OB Prestige in their Honda Civic is P2. The sister car of the Tuttle Motorsports clan, the 107 car, is 3rd. Arsenic Racing is in 4th. We've been following along with them. Team Octane in their Mini is 5th. The Flying Hawaiians in 6th. Mr. Angry Motorsports in 7th. Alchemy Autosport in 8th. And Autospec Racing in 9th. We're on board with them right now. And Petrolheads in their Mercedes are 10th. And I'm getting a full course caution over Race Hero. That may or may not be the truth, so we'll turn to Bill for that.
We've got the car disabled.
108 making the pass on Autospec.
So 7.6 is at driver's right somewhere in the track, stalled. So we're going full course yellow.
What car was that, Bill?
7.6.
Sorry, Bill. 76.
76. That not the Canyon Racers? Yes, it is.
Think our pace truck is getting ready to pick up the field?
Oh, yeah, there they are. They're at the top of the corkscrew, Bill.
Where are they?
They're at the top of the corkscrew.
Why are we going pace
Full
car?
course yellow is because we have a disabled vehicle turn 8, kind of unsafe, like impact area.
All right.
Yeah, he's in the strike zone.
Yeah, so it's at turn 8.
Yeah.
It's in a not a good spot, so they're going to bring the field under control and slow it down so that our safety workers can get out there and get this guy taken care of.
Yep, so we've reached the bottom of the hour. We've gone full course caution to retrieve a stranded car. We're going to step away for a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca race, the ChampCar Endurance Series, presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps on ChampCar Live. Stay with us, everyone. Back in a moment.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to ChampCar teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Do you know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
ChampCar Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. Back here live at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, the ChampCar Endurance Series, presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps.
Well, this is
full course caution.
This full course caution, Paulie. You know, teams are going to have to stop in, within about 30 minutes from now anyway. So a lot of cars came into the pits, including OB Prestige, that 335 car that was running in second place. Tuttle Motorsports came in. They were
hold on a second.
Fourth.
There's a lot of guys upset right now. They're being held at pit out. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 cars being held at pit out. Because,
I don't understand that.
Yeah, because we're waiting for the pace car to come around. We need to have everybody behind the pace car because we don't want the safety workers to get hurt. So,
yeah, but
what do you mean? Yeah, but it's what it is. The race control said stop those cars, and now they're being held. Of course, they're upset because they were in and out. They're 5 minutes, and they wanted to get back. They didn't want to lose a lap. Well, they're going to lose a lap now, but that's for safety reasons.
Yeah. Tuttle Motorsports came in, I believe, 107. The 108 car, the leader.
108's in pit lane right now getting fueled. 107 is waiting at pit out.
This is exactly what happened to us at Brainerd earlier this year. We ended up at the back of the field from starting on pole. we had to pass everybody again to win the race.
All right.
It does happen.
So now the cars are being released. If you go to my tower cam, you can see Alchemy doing their field stop with the 94 right behind them, still with the car up into the air on pit lane. It scrunched a bit there, Paul.
Yeah.
That's all right.
There's Willwood in the pits now.
See them putting on, that's Caesar, I think. That's his uniform. He's putting on the arm restraints because they don't have a roof on the car. Keeps their arms from flailing about in case the car gets out of control.
Yeah, it's for rollover protection, keep your arms from getting smashed, which is something that happens in the cars that aren't equipped. So those are required in ChampCar, unless you run a roof or a roof net.
He's shaking the car.
You might be trying to burp it a little bit as they're filling it.
Yep, exactly what they're doing.
Control, Stuart. Go right now.
In Miatas, it's another one of those cars you have to kind of nurse it at the end on a stock tank, and
yeah, same thing with the E30.
Of course, the filler is right behind the driver on the quarter panel there. Kind of drops straight in, kind of like a real race car in many ways. Some of the old race cars you filled from the top. Inside the Arsenic team, of course, as we said earlier, we're really close to the point where teams are going to be brought into the pits anyway for the break. The lunch break that we're taking should be a 45-minute break. Arsenic Racing currently shown back in P2 right now with the shakeup in the pits, with some of the teams like Tuttle hopping into the pits during that full course caution, hoping to take advantage of that. I'm not sure it's going to work out to their advantage. It might actually hurt them.
Well, and Laguna Seca being such a short track and the laps being so quick, right around the 2-minute mark, and there wasn't enough time to get fueled and get out before the pace car got around to them.
So the Alchemy guys are still working on the underneath of that car. They're inspecting something. We're back to green flag racing. They're under the left-hand side of the car as the 108 comes down pit lane.
They're also under the hood, Bill, looking very closely up at the firewall area.
Yeah.
That's
they're looking at the engine itself. I know they had an issue with that hit that they had yesterday. That was not their fault, by the way.
They're
moved the radiator about 3 inches back, I think it is, he said, and that actually put it so close to the fan, to moving parts up there, that it's close.
I saw them spinning the oil cap on the engine, and we remember yesterday how much oil they had to add to that engine, and they might be looking for oil leaks to see if they can identify where the leakage is, because they're very adamant and very quickly and concerned, looking at this car very carefully before they send it back out. They've decided to send it back out nonetheless, so they're putting the hood back down, putting the pins back in, and they're going to wave them out as the pace truck hops right in front of them, comes into the pits. I'm assuming the pace truck's going to let them go. They happen to be at pit out, is where they're pitted. Now they're looking at the clock, and they're being waved on. so Alchemy rejoins the field under green, and as Doc just said, it won't be long before we'll be going to full course caution and head into a 45-minute break is what's proposed for lunch, to bring the crews in so they can get lunch.
Well, that'll be an hour from now.
Oh, am I off? I'm sorry.
11:45.
You're absolutely right. It'll be another hour from now before they break. So Arsenic Racing takes the lead of the race. We'll see how this shakes out as teams come out of the pits and ping that the timing loop again. But let's give it a few minutes. Let's give it a couple of laps to shake out. But right now, timing and scoring showing Arsenic Racing has taken the lead of the race. We'll hop on board with them because they didn't pit. They stayed out.
Arsenic, Team Octane, Flying Hawaiians. I don't think Petrol Heads pitted. Mr. Angry's in now. OB Prestige, they definitely pitted. 30 pitted, obviously. Auto Spec, I believe 21 has pitted. But a lot of those cars up near the top are going to have to pit within about the next 25 minutes or so. Since our official start time was 9:08, that's when the driver's stint starts. So they're going to be giving up those positions when they stop to the cars that have stopped, obviously. Duh.
And I think Sam Nixon over on our YouTube channel, I think he's talking about adding something else we should add to the Opel for our race, and that's a pine tree hanging air freshener.
Yes, that could be
not a bad idea.
What, there's not one in there already?
That could be the G-load indicator.
Yes. Who was it? Wasn't it at Nelson Ledges? We had a driver's drink tube that we were using.
Yes.
Yeah. I put I used a telegrapher to
and a fan. We got to have a fan on the dash.
I put a graph up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I forgot about that.
Fan on the dash as well. That little what do you call it? Compass. Got to have a compass.
The ball type?
Yeah, the ball
like
compass.
The kind my
So
grandpa
who's
had.
going to place the bulk order with J.C. Whitney's?
Oh my God, the ultimate store, man. I remember getting the J.C. Whitney catalogs when I was like 18 years old.
Oh yeah.
I had a Chevy Vega. That was my hot rod, and I would just go through that catalog. You know, at Christmas time when your mom would give you the toy catalog and say, "Here, circle the ones you want," and of course they wouldn't get any of them. Well, that was basically what I would do. I'd go through the whole catalog, just circling the stuff I wanted, and it was just the cheesiest stuff.
What was the catalog bill that came out, or Paulie, that had all the base model of the car and all the options? So I used to pour through that and put together my dream car, you know.
Oh, that
was it Edmunds?
I think it was. No. Well, I know Edmunds had their stuff, but no, there was another year-end edition, and they would always do their new car.
Yeah.
Like Road and Track, or it was one of those big magazines.
No, this was one that had every model, you know. And I don't know why I looked through the thing. I had the 1970 GTO that I loved. I brought it brand new. You know, so I don't know why I was looking through it, but
you are old.
Just so you know, I was talking about the race that I won at Brainerd, and Brian Beasley comes in and says, "Did you get a trophy, Polly?"
I saw that, but I wasn't going to say it.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Oh man. Lord. Here we go.
I'm not camera ready today. So
oh, no.
Yeah.
Sitting there in his underwear and a wife beater.
No.
He's camera ready, buddy.
Eating bonbons.
Oh, shoot. I got all this inventory in my room in here for a project I'm working on. So my green screen is completely covered with boxes, or partially covered with boxes, and I've got a mohawk from the cowlick I picked up sleeping last night on the pillow.
Great visual.
So yeah.
I got one of those too.
and I'm sitting here, having had all my makeup already done, and I don't have a camera on me.
That's
Nathan Gardner. Nathan Gardner's also on our feed. Yeah, Nathan, if you weren't privy to it, there were several races in a row when I spent a lot of time talking about that trophy, and there were a lot of camera switches to my webcam so everybody could see it. So we had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
It seemed to mysteriously come up over and over again.
We discussed about putting all our trophies behind us, but Doc kept getting left out of the whole conversation.
Hey, watch it. I'm very sensitive about that. You want me to take a picture of my trophy? I got a participation trophy.
And my,
from the Wings and White Walls show I did.
My trophy collection from ChampCar is we didn't have a wide enough lens.
That's it. I'm sending a picture. So Chris Shea has got an important question on
MR2s.
No, we're not talking about MR2s today.
He races an MR2.
We're still not talking about him.
Freaking fast in that MR2.
Still not talking about him, Bill.
I'd really like to see him and Troy Trulio go head to head. Well, they can't go head to head, but race against each other.
Oh, you said you weren't going to give Troy hell, and then you just threw him under the bus.
Ka-thump.
Man, that's cold.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
So auto spec out here. Oh, there we get a G meter we might be able to work with. No, it doesn't look like it's doing much.
All right, there's my trophy, Paulie.
Oh, is that your car show trophy?
Yes, exactly. You want me to take a picture of my pool trophies? No. I got tons of those.
I have tons of those too, but we don't talk about that.
Well, now we're going to have to talk about the race. So anyway, Chris Shea asks, how is it determined if cars that pit under full course yellow will be held or immediately released? Is this directed by the track or ChampCar?
It depends on the situation. A lot of the times the track is in direct contact with our race control, which right now is Ben. And Ben will then look and talk to the race director, who is actually standing at pit out. And we need to assess where the traffic is, where the pace car is, and these guys trying to catch up with the pack. Will they interfere, or will they have a chance of messing up and hitting our corner workers, or getting into trouble? So the decision was made to hold everybody at pit out so that they would just join the field and be behind the pace car, not catching up.
And not to bring up an ugly incident, but Laguna Seca recently lost a corner worker who was hit by a car. Yeah, so they are going to be especially
they were especially
cautious
before, but that was a separate situation. But it's
it's a recent situation, so it's sitting on everybody's mind.
But basically, they just need to stop, just slow everybody down, and that's why the pace car is out there. They don't need anybody racing. So,
all right.
Why? Oh, you've got the G meter up. There we go. Need a couple more. Whoa! You can see the loss of traction there and how it did affect our G meter.
I love it.
That's so good.
Oh, the things we do to keep ourselves amused.
NASCAR has nothing on us. Let me tell you.
Exactly. They don't have diddly squat. That's a technical term, by the way.
Heading down through turn 4 under the Cooper Bridge towards 5.
Yeah, my wife's maiden name was Cooper. And she's a mother.
Whoa. You're going to have to add another number there, Paulie.
Yeah.
Really?
We might have to go up to 3.
I got a 3 on the left side. We might have to recalibrate. Hang on. If I can
Oh no, his wing mirror came loose.
Oh, right.
There's another G meter.
That's not distracting at all.
We had that. Troy broke my mirror one time. We got great video of that. Little guy reached up to adjust it and broke it. Glass went everywhere.
Oh, we've seen that a lot. Those Longacre.
Or Longacre, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah.
I've tried to warn people when they first came out, make sure you don't set them up too tight.
Yeah.
Because your driver will get in, and the first thing he'll do is break your mirror.
That's a big G meter there. He decided the water bottle hose wasn't doing a good enough job.
I'm willing to bet the nut on the end came off.
Oh yeah.
Loose.
It doesn't move near as well as the water hose bottle, thank goodness. That's gotta be sitting in the back of his mind, though. So what if this thing comes loose? Totally.
Ben's watching the show, and he just saw that. He just went nuts. He's like, "Oh my god!" That's not funny because you're racing. You don't need those little distractions, and how it's affecting his shifting. Every time your arm hits it, you're like, it distracts you.
Well, exactly. I mean, I don't know where that shifter is. We can't quite see it, but it's got to be close to that wing mirror.
It's right in his way.
Is it?
Look, he's trying to decide which way he wants his arm to go to get to the shifter.
Right. Well,
it's mounted to the front of the car, so it's right in his way.
So we had a wing mirror, and we tried
trying to figure out what to do with it. I mean, you kind of want to break it off, but at the same time, you don't want something loose in the car.
See, he's going to call the pits.
I've actually thrown stuff out of the car.
You're not supposed to do that.
Well, stop. At Road America, at Road Atlanta, I had a part come off the interior of the car, and it was flapping around all over the place. So I pulled it off, and as I was going down the hill, I threw it to the left, and it went off into that grassy field.
Right.
So
the only thing I've had at my feet were egg timers.
Yeah. The only thing that I didn't want to do was throw it at the car that was behind me because he was upsetting me. Oops. No, but we just threw it out in the field. But this,
if he'd just spin that counterclockwise, it'd probably come right off of there.
Yeah, remember he's trying to drive, and it's hard.
I don't know that he wants it loose though, Paulie.
It's hard to re-engineer your car while you're driving at speed.
I think you just turn it counterclockwise and lay it on the floor next to you.
Yeah.
So I have a wing mirror as well. We tried putting it into the Opal, but basically we could have.
It was wider than the car, wasn't it?
Wider, and we could have used it for the left and right wings.
Put some end plates on it.
Yeah. It is affecting him. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think he should take it off now before he gets to the quiet hour, because if he tries to do it then, they're going to put him to EC. So I fix it while I'm driving, or under yellow.
Yank it, because it's just a little L bracket.
Which car is this?
This is the AutoSense team.
Auto Spec.
Auto Spec. Yeah.
Yeah, he's already pitted.
Right. I'm saying you spin it off now and just lay it down there, or maybe under yellow, before you get into the pits.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a rear view mirror per se.
Well, you don't have to have one.
And it looks like Arsenic is making their pit stop and driver change. Oh, big smoke, big lockup going to the
when he gets inside your car.
Yeah, it's affecting him. It's
definitely.
It's a total distraction.
It's got to be. You got to be Kimi Räikkönen not to let that bother you.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how under high G load it pulls it over to the left there.
He's actually reaching around it to shift now.
82 Flying Hawaiians, I believe, are in. 245 is in. That's Team Octane, and the Petrol Heads are in as well.
Yeah, you just need to yank it. Just put it in the passenger floorboard. Or just throw it in Tuttle's car when he passes.
Oh, the best video of ever messing with another driver is the British guy that reaches over and slams the guy's mirror shut.
Yeah.
God, that was awesome.
I watch that. I could watch that every day.
He was in a left-hand drive, Miata, and the other guy was in a right-hand
drive. Yep.
It was too good. Too good to be true. It was so funny.
And I mean, that's one of those ones where they get back in the pits together and just on the floor laughing.
We're beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, depending on where they were in the field at the time, right?
This guy's busy, man. He's passing a car heading up towards 7. He's trying to reach around the mirror, and he's talking to his crew all at the same time heading up to 7.
Well, he's wearing a martini suit, so you know he's good. See the stripes?
Yeah.
Trying to get around the USA Nissan.
Oh. Pushes a little too hard heading into a little bit of lockup there going into 11. Gumball rally. Rips the mirror off. What's behind you? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So my dad did that at Bearfield Raceway. Went out there to race, and they just took the mirrors off, so I didn't even worry about what was going on around next to me, behind me. I just drove. That's my dad. Love it. Now, looks like he kind of pushed it forward up into the dash area. No, that didn't help.
Just came back to him. I don't want to leave.
The G-loads.
You used to love me.
You gotta feel sorry for this guy. It's just gotta be maddening. Like, come on, this is a clockwise track. This should not be a problem.
Right. See, that's his problem. He's using science.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, Van Wyden's coming back. They're up in 10th place now.
Yeah, Tuttle Motorsport back up to the lead. The 108 car with OB Prestige in 2nd. The 107 car in 3rd. Alchemy in 4th. Arsenic Racing in 5th. We'll be back. This very entertaining race. Here in just a moment, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching.
Entertaining for us, irritating for the driver.
As always, on ChampCar Live. Back in a moment.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to ChampCar teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Do you know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
ChampCar Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. Coming up, welcome back everyone here live at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, the ChampCar Endurance Series, a 7-7 this weekend, a Monterey Christmas on ChampCar Live. Paul Veltum, Doc Waldrop, and Bill Strong calling the race for you this weekend. Back on board with the what is it? Autospec Racing.
Yep, out of Austin, Texas. Bill, you got to go down during the lunch hour and find that driver and talk to him.
Oh, he's found a system. This is working. On the right-handers, he holds the mirror, and on the left, he's fine. So he's got this thing figured out, man. He's got it down to his science. I've been watching him.
So one of the things, Alchemy is pitted again. They had moved up to 6th place. Now they are dropping rapidly down to 11th now.
Yeah, Arsenic pitted as well. So they just left the pits during the break and have rejoined the field. They're currently in P5. So some strategies being played out here, Doc. I don't know what's going on, but that's nothing new.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think you could say that for all of us, Paulie.
Looks like Will Wood has jumped into the pits as well. So they're looking at that car.
I don't show 116 as pitted before. So, I mean, they're fine time-wise. It's only 11:10 now, so we went green at 1:08. So they started their stop before the 2 hours. But the 30, that's got to be an unplanned stop.
Yeah, Flying Hawaiians out.
Real quick inspection under the hood and went back out.
You copy that, Mike? Yeah, copy that.
The Flying Hawaiians in P8 right now. Boy, they came really close to winning this race yesterday, and that 77 Datsun 280Z, it wasn't meant to be.
Just didn't have quite enough oomph to hold off that Van Winden car.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it, that pesky BMW is ahead of them again now in P7. And they're up about 14 seconds in front of them and turning faster lap times again.
Yeah, I don't even show them, the Flying Hawaiians, in our top 15 now.
Now they're in 8th.
Why did I miss that?
Well, they're in P8. We got 63 laps turned so far.
I just overlooked them. My bad.
It's typical. Us Datsun guys typically get overlooked. It's okay.
No. We don't want to do that.
No, we don't. So far, a 1:44.6 is the fastest lap time of the day, the FTD.
I don't show when 82 came in, so I must have missed that.
Yeah, Scott's asking over on our Facebook page, did the 108 go through tech for this race?
Yes.
They're going through tech every
race.
Yeah,
every
both
race.
cars went through tech every race. Or no, it was only the 108, right?
No, both cars.
Both cars, yeah. So I know that both cars went through. I didn't know if both were required, but yeah.
I just wanted to double check and confirm we're doing the same lens schedule as yesterday.
Oh, lunch. That's why I'm hungry.
You're going down to find the auto spec guys too, Bill.
Why?
Because it'd be fun to get the driver's view of that mirror.
Oh, to talk to him.
I hope the auto spec guys are at least watching the broadcast. And
They have they're watching our broadcast and they're watching
their own feed.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cool about it just as it happened too. So.
Yeah, he's got this thing down to a science.
Yeah.
No problem. But they're behind the Mustang right now.
Maybe I could have them, because they're listening, maybe I can have them look over at me and raise their hand and wave and maybe send smoke signals to let me know what the driver's up to.
Or you could go talk to them.
They're waving.
So Bill doesn't have to get up, so please just
yeah. It looks cold out there. It's at least in the 62, maybe 63 degrees.
Well, I mean, between Paulie's G meter on the water bottle and the mirror, they've got to be amused.
Yeah.
We have had some fun at their expense.
The driver, he probably doesn't know whether to laugh or cry.
So that's the future. We're seeing into the future for the weather, too.
Just like Bill.
Yeah, I'm not going outside now.
It's awfully narrow-minded of you.
No.
That's in the future, Bill. Right now, it's clear, see? This is later on today. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, right when you get to pack up, Bill.
Yeah, it looks like the big storm comes right when you go outside to your car to put all your gear away.
Not going to do it.
Just going to let them keep those cameras?
Yep. Mail them to me. I don't need them till New Year's.
Yeah, right. Better yet, come join us at Sebring, right?
Yeah, bring your car to Sebring.
Bring the car and camera.
I'll let you run it.
So looking at let's go through the running order here while things are sailing right along. We've got Tuttle Motorsports leading the race in the 108 car. Then it's OB Prestige, the 335 car. Then Tuttle Motorsports in the 107 is P3. Team Octane in their Mini Cooper is 4th. Then it's Arsenic Racing in their Miata in 5th. Autospec Racing is 6th. Van Winden Racing 7th. The Flying Hawaiians and Two White Guys in 8th. Tuath Autosport in 9th. And Apt Racing in 10th. Looking at the classes, the class running. Looking at Class A, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. It is OB Prestige, then Arsenic Racing, then Autospec Racing. Down to B class, it's Rusty Rotors, Team Axe, and Brothers in Arms. To C class, it's Tuttle Motorsports, and Van Winden Racing. D class, Apt Racing, So Calm, and Jam Motorsports. And today in EC, we have Team Octane and Sweet Spot Racing. So that's your current standings, and again, you can follow along with your favorite teams or just keep an eye on things at racehero.io, or you can pick up their app in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store for Android. Back on board with Arsenic Racing in their Mazda Miata. Just came out of the pits here while we were at break. They're currently in P6.
Is the Flying Hawaiians a ZX or a Z?
It says a Z on the sheet.
As the ZX didn't come out to like 80, right?
I don't remember, Bill. You might be right.
Yeah, because I remember they stopped it for a bit because they made a bigger car, and it was a 280ZX.
I wonder if that was the 2+2.
No, there was a 280ZX 2+2 and a regular two-seater. There's a little
Gotcha.
Long. Did it have a bigger fuel tank?
Well, I don't remember all that stuff. I don't know.
He's slept since then, Bill.
Well, I just didn't really pay attention to stuff like that.
Finding a ZX would be an advantage.
Right, right.
Not, maybe, hopefully Ray's not listening.
Yeah, Arsenic Racing, guys that finished second yesterday. No, they finished third. They were strong in the hunt, but just didn't have anything for the 280Z or the BMW of Van Winden Racing that won the race yesterday. Up to the top of the hill in the corkscrew, heading down the hill into 8A. Thank you wave there. Into Rainy, turn 9. Keeps it tight to the right there as best he can. Lines up nicely for 10.
Boy, that 107 on that last lap, he's only 0.28 seconds behind OB Prestige running in second. So Brian's dangerously close to making his dream come true, running 1 and 2.
Yep.
Trying to see if 108's on his own lap. I think he is. Just waiting for Race Hero to update.
Did we lose the camera up at Corkscrew?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't get that.
On board with Willwood Racing. I'm sorry, Bill.
No, that's all right. I just have no access up there.
Yeah, Tuttle's on his own lap in the 108 car.
All right, Doc. Thanks for that.
He's got just over a lap lead.
See, and I don't understand why. I guess This thing with Race Hero, we got Willwood showing that they've crossed the pit loop again. Now, they clearly have passed the timing and scoring loop. This happened yesterday.
Is Willwood getting funny hits?
They should be clear to that pit loop. And Lucky's also showing the pits, but...
19.
107's closed up further on OB Prestige. He's now 0.38 seconds behind.
Ben says it looks okay.
Well, that's all that's important. I mean, what I'm looking at is not official. I'm just looking at Race Hero. All that matters is what's happening up in the control tower. So,
yeah, it's just showing the pit is never clearing.
Yeah.
Same with Lucky behind him.
So it's... on board with Alchemy here, trying to get by the red, white, and blue Z car. Talked to those guys a little bit, I think, in the pits yesterday. It's a fun group of guys to talk to. So we're going to take a week off next weekend. We will not have a race next weekend. But then the following weekend, it's the final race of the year at Sebring International Raceway, a 7-7. And Doc and Bill are going to be out at the racetrack there. So hopefully no rain.
Yeah, it's Florida. You never can tell.
Yeah, that race is usually, well, it usually goes into the night, so things are going to change this time around. We usually get a little bit of the wet stuff when we're there. Back on board here with Autospec Racing and their 93 Mazda Miata. Autospec enjoying 7th spot right now. It just turned to 153. They're just right on the tail of Van Winden, but I'm not sure they've got the muscle to get by a faster BMW.
Yeah, that Van Winden, he's turning 148s. Yeah, Autospec's 153 their last lap.
Van Winden in a white and black BMW.
Although Autospec, he's just behind him. That's got to be the car in front of him right there.
I think the car ahead of him is black. I think he may have gotten by somebody, and
okay,
Van Winden's going into the corner there.
He's only 3.7 seconds back.
Right. I think he's just the car up ahead there. Driver calling back into the pits to talk to his crew as they're probably putting a strategy together of how they're going to handle this lunch break. So if you're just signing in with us or you're just signing on with us, we're at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. This is the ChampCar Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Veltum, Doc Waldrop, and Bill Strong calling the race for you this weekend on ChampCar Live. RVA Graphics and Wraps is the title sponsor for the series, and they provide a variety of options for graphics for cars, helmets, you name it.
Trailers.
Vinyl cut lettering, wraps,
there he
helmets.
Goes around.
And you can find out more from their website. It's rvagfx.com.
This is the 225 car he went around.
Van Winden up ahead turned to 148 to their 151 that last time through. And they're continuing to gap the Flying Hawaiians who are behind them, just turning out 154. So it's should be a close contest right now between those two.
Yep, he's about 6 seconds back now. So Van Winden is pulling a little bit of a lead on him.
On board with Flying Hawaiians in their Z-Car. Put on quite a show yesterday with these guys. They've also had a good race a couple weeks ago, winning one of those races. And They told us, though, that engine is tired, and so are we.
So are we, yeah.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't stop us.
Nah, we'll just ramble on.
Ramble.
At least we're not loafing.
That's right.
Yeah.
This 11-corner, 2.238-mile road course on the Monterey Peninsula.
Boy, that sounded like a bad shift.
I think somebody coughed.
No, there was a shift.
Wasn't me.
Oh, you mean outside your window there?
No, inside the window. Yes, outside the window.
Who's shifting in the window? You got to remember, Bill, I'm easily confused, so you got to keep it very plain.
Sitting right next to me here up in the tower.
I see the 107 car hit pit road. Is that right, Bill?
Nobody has hit pit road.
No? All right. He just...
There have been no collisions?
No, I was metaphorically speaking. He is on pit road.
Nope, nobody is on pit road.
No?
Did he come in?
Well, no, his pit logo lit up on Race Hero.
My place is falling apart. Sorry, folks. It's like, the news, your local news station, the lights falling out of the ceiling type thing.
So the 107 hits the pits?
I don't know. Nobody's in the lane.
No, so. Bill says nobody's on pit road.
Going to come around the track.
They've crossed the loop according to timing and scoring.
Is out on track.
Okay. So there you have it.
All the news is fit to print.
Have we lost their cameras too?
I haven't gone around to try and pick that up. Maybe I can work on that.
No, you don't need to, because we switch off, don't we?
Yep.
That's what I'm working on, by the way. I'm not watching pit lane. Sorry, Doc.
Let's see if this works at all. There we got Tuttle. I believe, I'm not sure who this is.
That is...
It says Michael.
Yeah, that's Michael.
So this should be the 107 car.
Yeah, Michael's in the... Michael's in the 107. Brian's in the 108.
They show him back going under the Cooper Bridge, so... If we can get a little bit of audio, if it's not too distracting. There we go. So he's currently in P3, and yes, the pit loop indication has cleared. On board with one of the two Mitsubishis that are out here this weekend. Mitsubishi Eclipse. In 1998, hear him talking to the pits right now. Heading into the corkscrew now. So indistinguishable about what he's saying, but definitely talking to his crew right now, or he's just singing.
He's got a good view out his rear view mirror there for us too.
Yeah, good point there. We can see a couple cars trying to chase him down.
It's like a couple of one's a Miata.
One's the Mini Cooper.
Ah, yes. Yep.
I'll get it out. Down the Mini Cooper trying to chase him down that EC car, and it looks like he's putting a chase on him heading down the front straightaway. Making the pass on the inside.
Well, I bet that upsets him. I just got past 5 Mini. But it's orange.
It's EC.
And it's orange.
Yeah, at least it's painted the right color, right, Bill?
Yeah, I mean he's got to like the color.
Yellow would be the right color.
Oh, Nobody paints their cars yellow anymore.
Yeah, so the Mercedes' petrol heads has dropped down to 13th. They're still turning 157s. Their quickest lap time's a 150. So
that little white Miata just blew past on the outside. I was kind of surprised to see that.
Yeah, I wonder if he's having a little trouble. He turned to 158 on that last lap. That's significant. That's 10 seconds slower.
Yeah.
So he may be having some problems with that car. Sounds like he's pedaling a little bit here, heading up the hill to 8.
Maybe that's what he was talking about on the radio. It's like, hey, guys.
Yeah. I wonder if he's low on fuel, Doc, and he's trying to stretch it to the well, I don't know why that would help you, though.
No, because the pits are going to close at 11:45. So he's trying to go as deep into the stint as he can, I guess.
Well, he's talking a lot, though. He's busy talking, missed his downshift, but obviously they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with this car. Turns in a 148. Nope. What's going on here? He's dropped down to 5th.
Let me know if anything goes nuts on
Turned to 157 that time through. So he's getting past right now. One of them was the Mini, so that's not going to count, but Arsenic got by him. That would have been the white Miata that you saw, Doc. All right, so we've reached the bottom of the hour. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. You're watching a Monterey Christmas on ChampCar Live. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes. Today, every Willwood product is born from racing technology and is proudly manufactured in the USA. Engineered, designed, rigorously tested to deliver unsurpassed control on and off the track. Whether it's for cruising or absolute performance, Willwood has an application for the ultimate stopping experience. Race-proven, street-ready, drive Willwood.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to ChampCar teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Do you know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race to your phone and become a winner.
ChampCar Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics.
Stand by to go back
OMP
live.
Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories.
Unmuting mics
And
now.
by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. Coming up, 77 laps completed here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, the ChampCar Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. We're continuing to watch the Tuttle Motorsports number 107 fall down through the field. They're currently in P5. There goes the leader. That's Van Winden, actually, going by them there. And they were behind them, so they now put a move on them that will put them down into 6th spot. And now they're in the sights of the Flying Hawaiians. So 78 laps complete.
It's a nice move by that driver right there, tightening his belts.
Yep.
So I'm giving him a little tug.
On board with the Flying Hawaiians now, who are in the hunt for that orange Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Well, we got about, 6 minutes before pits will close at 11:45.
Tuttle falls to second. Autospec actually is behind them, so they have to pass them. On board with Autospec Racing in their 93 Miata. Thanks to those guys for letting us ride along with them today as they bring their Miata up to the top of the corkscrew once again. And Doc, you talked a little bit earlier about Turn 9 being called Rainy Curve, I believe it is.
Yeah, right there.
Why don't we talk a little bit about Mr. Rainey? What's that? What's his history?
Wayne Rainey was a very famous motorcycle racer.
Yes, indeed he was. Raced for Honda.
Yeah, boy, I got to cast my mind back.
Because I believe he raced the Honda VF 1000R, which is a bike I used to have. I had the street version, of course, not the race version. Yeah, he has a long, famous history and very famous at this racetrack.
That he was.
Those bikes back in the mid '80s were quite a handful.
Why, yes, they were.
There's a car stranded driver's right, heading between turns 3 and 4. It looks like a black BMW.
So let's see. He was on the Yamaha YZR 500 for Yamaha. Let's see. He had from 1990 to 92, he hit his stride, earning 3 consecutive 500cc crowns for Yamaha. Let's see. He was leading the championship points by 11 points over Kevin Swans, and leading a Grand Prix when he suffered his career-ending crash at the Italian Grand Prix. Slid into a gravel trap at high speed, breaking his spine against the raised surface designed as the rumble strips, in other words. So
right,
he was permanently paralyzed from the chest down. I didn't realize he lives in Monterey, California, in a house which was built overlooking Laguna Seca.
Cool.
Shortly before his career-ending accident. The nearby circuit is named a corner in his honor, the Rainy Curve, a medium-speed acute left-hander that follows the famous corkscrew.
Wow, they call that medium speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on a GP bike, yes.
Okay.
For us mere mortals, it's high speed.
That's well put there. Heading up through turn 7, you can see how the car sort of dips into a divot there at the apex. It's kind of a hallmark of this racetrack. There's several turns like that. You pick up a lot of grip at the apex of the corner, the inside apex, which allows you to throw the car in at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, so that's the Rainy Curve right there that he's in.
Yes, sir. And when you run this, even in iRacing, it's a hoot going through here, and you really get a sense of speed. And he is coming into the pits with the Tuttle car, so 107.
Right before pits closes. Good move.
They've decided to pit that car now. They are in P6, so they will likely make a driver change, take fuel, head back out to pick up the yellow. We knew it had to be coming, and we can expect other teams to do the same thing, I would think, Doc.
I would think so.
Here's Flying Hawaiians on board with them right now.
They better get in soon.
Looks like they're going to bypass the pits this time. On board with Alchemy, formerly Miata PI. Here we're on board with Willwood Racing, as I call them. It's actually just listed as Willwood.
Yeah, something's going on with that Alchemy Racing. They dropped another spot in the last half hour.
Arsenic Racing here, heading up the hill, dubbed Rahal Straight. A very fast part of the racetrack before braking heavily for the corkscrew.
It's
almost like they knew we were watching them.
Yeah. Wonder who that was for. A corner worker, I guess. I don't know.
It might have been for you, Doc.
Well,
you're such a cool guy.
Yeah, that's true. I do have legions of fans scattered across the world now.
Legions they are. He's really leaning into that. I wonder if he's having a little trouble seeing. I notice this driver always leans
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be the camera angle because I've noticed
okay.
the same thing.
Gotcha.
I think it's just the camera skewed a little bit. Or I think the camera's exaggerating it anyway because he never leans to the right.
So Brian Tuttle's getting into the car, the camera car we have.
Oh, okay.
I could hear him yelling.
So they're under the hood of that machine, taking a look at it. Just so you folks know, Bill is on the opposite side of the racetrack in a building. And he could still hear Brian yelling.
Yes.
He is an excitable boy.
Yep, and he's Bill's man crush. They've got the hood louvered there.
I'm not saying Bill talks to Brian more than Amy, but
who?
He's waving at somebody there.
Yeah, that was
it's the same place.
They're a very friendly group of guys that drive this car. They're always waving at people.
Very congenial.
Big words again.
Sorry, Bill. Jovial.
Yeah, you got to remember if I drop off the broadcast, you're going to have to use simple words.
Yeah.
Doc. My daughter's birthday is today, so we'll be celebrating her today.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah. Looks like Alchemy just up ahead, and you were commenting, Doc, how they might be slowing down.
Yeah, something's going on. He's dropped about 6 places. He was running as high as 5th, and now he's down in 12th.
Tuttle Motorsports down to 11th now as they're still in the pits. Doing their driver change, taking fuel early before the break.
I don't see anybody else pitting, and the pits are now closed, according to my clock.
The 107 is getting work done on the left front. Now, Brian did show me his tires yesterday. Now, he's running like, I think, 435s on that car.
Yeah.
And that's an exaggeration for all you engineers out there. That was kind of a joke, just to let you know that they weren't 435s. They're like,
I think they're 455s.
They're 285s. So he so I start getting
spoiling
emails.
All my fun.
Yeah, I get engineer emails like, "Hey man, there's no such thing as a tire like that." But there goes the 107 out now. But they were really chunked out. You know, they were chunked big time. They were really bad. And he was trying to figure out why. But if you see him take turn 11, aka turn 17, you can see why they chunk. He manhandles that car through that corner.
It's just kind of short shifting it up the hill here. You can actually go pretty fast through here.
Yes, you can. And it can bite you right here.
This is very slow. It's easy to overshoot.
That can.
So the 107 car back out on track with Brian at the wheel. Sounds like he's short shifting, just taking it real easy on the car. Maybe just feeling it out just to get a feel if the car's handling properly. I know they were working underneath the car. Oh, he's mid-tracking on the way in.
He needs to take that car to Midas to fix those brakes.
Way off the pace. Just kind of loafing around the track, Doc. I don't know. Should I say it? Can I go that far?
Yeah, sure.
Brian doesn't.
After all, Bill's going to get the phone call, not you or me.
They still don't know who I am, so They probably don't remember. I actually sat next to him at Watkins Glen.
I'm sure he remembers you, Paulie.
Yeah, sure. Whoa, what am I looking at?
I think that was our Slack feed.
All the super secret stuff. Freaked me out because I thought I might have.
Was he coming back into the pits there?
No, looks like he's going to stay out.
It looked weird for a second. Maybe I just didn't pick up where he was on the track.
He's going slower.
Yeah, he's puttering.
That's back up good.
No.
It's quite a pack of cars right here.
Yep, he's got
Tuttle 108 up there, I believe.
And he's got Flying Hawaiians right in front of him right now. They're currently in P8. We're on board with AutoSpec. They're actually ahead of them on track.
I'm sure he'd love to get around them and put them a lap down before we go to full course yellow. In about, what, 4 minutes I have it?
Yeah, they're actually, I think they're already up a lap on them, so this would put them another lap.
Right.
Here we go. You can get the swing down the hill. Just that pesky Datsun's just got so much power.
52 got hit with the sound violation. That's at, what, a Mazda RX-7, is that right? Yep, of T-Max.
Oh, yeah, well, boy, if there's anybody...
An RX-7 getting hit with sound? Come on.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's anybody...
You're the one that posted the note, Bill.
The Rabbit going down into the corner, turn 2, through Andretti curve or Andretti turn. Flying Hawaiians just off to the right there.
So they're getting ready to go full course.
So we're at 85 laps turned here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca.
I think he made that pass stick on Flying Hawaiians.
He did it just in the right time because I'm showing on Race Hero, as Bill indicated, we're going to go full course caution.
Pace cars moving to the end of the track. Going out.
Good timing by AutoSpec Racing to get those passes done before the yellow flies. He's calling into his crew now. Looks like he's got that mirror pretty well situated now.
Yeah, it does not moving near as much. Looks like he's maybe hooked it onto his, I think that looks like a Motorola base station right there.
Yeah, he's got something going on. He doesn't have to hold it going through the right-handers anymore. He's probably tired of looking at himself every time he tries to look to the right-hand mirror. Well, that's not telling him anything. And there is the double yellow hanging from the start-finished line, the flagger station there. So we go full course caution out here as the teams prepare to come into the pits. We will fall in single file. The cars will be shut off. The drivers permitted to get out of the cars. They can service their cameras only. They're not allowed to work on the cars.
Nope, they can. You might see a couple of teams tarp it, although I think the rain's still a ways out. Yeah, but you can deal with the camera. You can, I haven't heard specifically, but normally they let you deal with the cool shirt, i.e. driver comfort. But that's about it. At Barber, they let us clean our windshields.
Yeah, the weather that's expected to come in is still quite a ways off.
As it should be.
You can see it moving in. That's the prediction as that weather front comes in.
Yeah, we may. Well, we're going to catch a bit of weather at the end of the race from what it looks like.
On board with Willwood Racing and Alchemy. We were watching a little bit earlier as they were beginning to fall through the running order. So as we go to caution, where no passing is permitted, it's Tuttle Motorsports leading the race in the 108 car, OB Prestige in the 335 Honda Civic. Then it's Team Octane in their Mini Cooper, Arsenic Racing, Van Winden Racing, Autospec Racing, Tuith Autosport, the Flying Hawaiians back in 8th, Apt Racing 9th, and Alchemy Autosport rounds out the top 10. Looking at the standings by class, starting with Class A, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. It is OB Prestige, Arsenic Racing, and Autospec Racing. Down to B class, Rusty Rotors, Team Axe, and Brothers in Arms. To D class, App Racing, SoCalm, and Jam Motorsports. And then Team Octane and Sweet Spot are your EC cars running today. On board with the Flying Hawaiians now as they are at the top of the hill. They'll be bringing that car into the pits this time by. Hear that fuel pump running in the background, as you can see here as the teams are snaking around from turn 9 through turn 10. Kind of get a bit of a feel of how steep it is coming down off the top of the hill, hidden by the tree line and the hill that's associated with it there.
Okay, I'll check in with everybody sometime between 12:40 and 12:40.
Now coming into the pits, you just get a good feel here of just how tight pit in really is. You feel like you almost come to a complete stop to make this left-hander. It's pretty tight. And we've got some other cars out on the track still waiting for their turn to get in. Of course, the talk of the day here, they can look at that mirror. He has to be really careful here of what he's doing. Could get themselves into some trouble. Doing any work on the car during this time once he's gotten himself into the pits there. So the cars come to a stop. Tuttle Motorsports in the lead of this race. You know, they hopped out to the race early, to the race lead early, and they've really never looked back. They were gapping the field as they passed. And, boy, just a very different look to this race than from what we had yesterday with Van Winden and the Flying Hawaiians, along with Arsenic Racing, kind of dominating that top three. And OB Prestige was also another car that was in the mix there early on. But things changed as the race progressed. And in the closing laps of the race, the closing 45 minutes or so, half hour or so, Van Winden Racing took the lead and never looked back. All right, so we've reached the top of the hour, and the cars have been brought in. We're going to go red here in just a moment as we break for about 45 minutes for lunch at the track. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. You're watching the Monterey Christmas on ChampCar Live. Stay with us, everyone. Back in a moment. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance. Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to ChampCar teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Do you know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
ChampCar Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. Welcome back, everyone, here live at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the ChampCar Endurance Series Double 7 this weekend, a Monterey Christmas on ChampCar Live. It is the ChampCar Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps on the beautiful Monterey Peninsula. 7 hours of endurance road racing today. One of the world's most iconic road courses, the newly renamed WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and myself calling the race for you this weekend from this 11-turn, 2.238-mile road course with its famous, world-famous corkscrew, which drops 5.5 stories in 450 feet from the top of turn 8 to the exit of 8A, and 109 feet, almost over 10 stories from turn 8 to turn 9. Looks like the mirror did not get fixed.
Nope.
Well, they can't work on the car.
That's right. Or they would be moved to EC. So they wisely did not work on it.
I'm ready.
Okay. So I guess we're going to hand things over to our little remote studio out there at the racetrack. As we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it the old college try. And
well, wait a minute. What do I have to do?
You have to do nothing.
Oh, yeah? Sweet. I like doing nothing.
So just to let folks know, we're going to be moving the show over to me locally, and it's not going to most likely it will not have the same quality, but we're going to be close.
There goes the neighborhood.
I know. The other issue is that we're not going to be able to broadcast to Facebook. Sorry about that, folks. You can only go to our ChampCar.live channel. So go there while we do the big switcheroo here.
Yeah, so what he's saying is if you go to ChampCar.live, excuse me, I was trying to say it, it'll take you to our YouTube channel, and actually you can watch it over there in 1080, and it's not interrupted by the limitation we have on Facebook anyway.
It might be only 720, so if you're getting 1080, that's awesome, but most likely you're going to get 720.
All right, so that's the story. We're going to stick to it. We will give it a try. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll plan B it, but that's what we're going to try. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll make a disconnect here, and we'll reconnect shortly over on our YouTube channel. Again, that's ChampCar.live. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us. We'll see you over there on YouTube.